this lesson, we'll be discussing the degree of polynomials. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to find the degree of the polynomial and arrange the terms of a polynomial in ascending or descending order. So a monomial is a number, a variable, or a product of both. So for example, that is a monomial. A binomial is a sum of two monomials. So there's going to be a plus or minus in between. A trinomial is three terms added together, and a polynomial is any of them. So a monomial is considered polynomial, a binomial is considered a polynomial. They're all polynomials. And then there could be 4 or 5 terms. All right, so when we write them in standard form, it means in descending order according to one variable. So remember, if there is no variable, it's kind of like it's to the power of 0. And then we put it according to the exponent. So if there's no exponent, it's automatically assumed to have a 1. And usually we do it in the first letter alphabetically. So we're talking about ascending. So we're looking at there's 6y, so y to the first, x to the first, and then x squared y. Descending, the x squared is first, then with the y, then x to the first, and then x to the 0. All right, the degree of a monomial, when we're trying to find the degree, we add the exponents for that monomial. If there is no exponent, we assume that it's 1. So for example, 2x has a degree of 1 because there's a 1 as an exponent for the x. In this one, x has got 4, and then y is 2, so 4 plus 2 is 6. Now for a polynomial, we find the degree of each monomial and then just pick the biggest one. So in this one, x, y to the 4th, z to the 3rd, that is just one monomial, so it has a degree of 8. In this one, the first term has a degree of 3, 2 plus 1. The second one has a degree of 5, so 3 plus 2. And the last one has a degree of 4. So the degree of the polynomial is 5. So identify the type of polynomial. This one is a monomial, it's just one term. The next one actually has 3 terms, so it's a trinomial. The third one is a binomial. And the last one is not a polynomial because we can't have that division going on. So name the polynomial on its degree and number of terms. So in the first one, that is a degree of 2, because the m has 1 and the n has 1, and it's a quadratic monomial. So a degree of 2 means quadratic, and it's just one term, that's a monomial. This one has a degree of 4, because the first term has a squared and a squared, that's 4. The second term is just a squared, so that's 2, and then the third term doesn't have anything. So it's a 4th degree trinomial. This last one is a degree of 3, and that makes it a cubic binomial. So arrange them in order according to x. So ascending means from small to big. So the 5 has a 0 to the x to the 0 power, and then we have a minus 2x to the first power, minus 3x to the second power, minus 8 to x to the 4th power. The next one is in descending order, so it starts with x to the 3rd, and then x to the 2nd, and then x to the 1st, and then with no x, so x to the 0. Write a polynomial for the area of the shaded region. So we're just looking for the dark areas. So we're first going to find the area of the rectangle. So that is going to be length times width, but we don't know the width, but we know that halfway across the width is r. So length times 2r. The area of the circle we know is pi r squared. So when we get the polynomial, it's going to be L2r minus pi r squared. So binomial has how many terms? Binomial has 2 terms. Trinomial, to find the degree of a monomial, you add the exponents. And to find the degree of the polynomial, you use the degree of the largest monomial.